and welcome. Today we get in touch with Kwagga Smith to find out what kind of name Kwagga is anyway, and also exactly how it is that he got that trademark nose of his. Apparently it doesn't have anything to do with rugby. We're also chatting about his motorsport ambitions. There's a whole other life after this rugby career waiting for him. Also today on the show, of course, we'd love to hear from you. Use that hashtag #SSRugby on Twitter. If you're watching us live on Facebook, drop your comments down below. And if you're tuning in on SuperSport 1, it's great to have you along for the ride. Of course, we're on SuperSport 1 every Thursday at 7:30, or you can catch the whole show on Catch Up if you've missed any of it. So this week we celebrate Tendai Mtawarira's phenomenal Super Rugby career. He earns his record 157th cap for the Sharks in Super Rugby tomorrow, and we just took a look back, at the history and all the amazing things that have changed since 2007.
Big moment for that young man from Zimbabwe, the beast they call him, Tendai Mtawarira.
Very strong young man, his heart will be pumping. He played flank up until last year, on his second year of playing in the front row.
It's just been an amazing journey. Came here as a number 8 and then got converted to the front row, and I never looked back, and now it's 157 games and I can't even believe it.
We can't believe it either, but this is definitely a worthwhile article to go read. Head on over to supersport.com and we take a look at exactly how it is that Mr. Mtawarira made it all the way from the loosies into the front row and what it took for him to get there. Of course, definitely one of the most iconic players in South African rugby history. When he runs out on pitches around the world, people celebrate him by belting out "Beast." Kwagga Smith, welcome to In Touch.
No, thank you very much, Elma, for having me here. It's so honored to be here.
So Beast is an interesting kind of name that makes Tendai stick in people's memories. Kwagga is another one in South African rugby that doesn't often go by unnoticed. Where does the Kwagga thing come from? Because it doesn't say that on your birth certificate, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's a nickname actually that my brother gave to me the day I was born. So we grew up on the farm, and he was 2 years older than me, and there were American hunters on the farm. He stayed by my parents or my grandparents the night I was born, and the American hunter asked my grandfather, "Listen, what's the brother's name going to be?" And my grandfather asked my brother, "Listen, what's your brother's name going to be?" And he only knew animal names because he grew up on the farm. And then he said, "No, Kwagga," and yeah, since then.
Just stuck.
Yeah.
So does anyone call you Albertus?
No, only my mom when she's mad at me.
When she's mad at you, the rest of the time you're Kwagga.
Kwagga, yeah.
And on the World Series, I used to be quite impressed when you still played for the Blitzboks. People around the world seem to practice it until they get it straight.
Yeah, I must say the commentators would come to me and ask me how to pronounce it, and then I would tell them, no, it's fine the way you do it. So
Kwagga.
then they're happy, yeah. Kwagga Smith, it's fine.
Okay, so Kwagga, the one thing besides your name that has probably become your trademark is the fact that you have one of the most iconic noses in all of the rugby universe. And I was surprised to learn that it wasn't due to rugby that your nose took on that shape.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that it's rugby where it happened, but actually I was quite into racing while I was younger. We did off-road racing with quad bikes, and I had an accident. The bike fell on me, broke my nose and broke my cheekbone. So that is actually when it happened, and it was too swollen to fix it that time. And after that I started playing rugby, and there were no time in between to get it fixed, and yeah, now it is what it is.
And the rest is history. It's just,
yeah.
Would you ever
No,
fix it?
No, I don't think so. it's so used to, and luckily I got a pretty wife, so I'm happy.
And she clearly doesn't mind.
No, obviously not.
So Ilke is just the coolest girl. You told me before that she basically taught you to play golf. She's quite sporty herself.
Yeah.
Tell me about where you guys met.
Yeah, we actually met in school. So we started dating when I was matric, she standard 8, and then I've waited for her to finish up studies and everything. She started teaching, and after that we got engaged and married and everything. And yeah, she's very sporty. She taught me to play golf and everything. And yeah, she's always so competitive in anything that we do. Even if we play golf these days, she'll always go for the win. And if she doesn't win, she's mad at me afterwards.
Now, if you take a look at Kwagga Smith's Instagram, as you would have seen there, it's usually either Ilke in the photo or Werner Kok in the photo. In most of them, there's always one or the other. So the wife and then the deep bromance with Werner Kok. Where did you guys cross paths for the first time?
Yeah, me and Werner come a long time. We actually did athletics against each other, ran hurdles against each other.
Really?
So he was in Nelspruit primary school and I was in Lydenburg primary school, so athletics it was always me and him against each other, and then in high school we played rugby against each other. But yeah, and then after that we went to the sevens together and we played for the Pumas actually, Craven Week. We played together, and yeah, after that we went to the sevens, and yeah, he's one of my best friends now.
Wow, that's so cool that you guys have really made it all the way, you know, kind of from age group level and from school age together. And we'll ask Kwagga about Werner in a minute. But first, we sent a message to Werner all the way in Hong Kong to get the scoop on Kwagga. Let's see what he had to say about his chummy.
Hi Elma, Kwagga. Hope you guys are doing well. All the way from Hong Kong here. Yes, Kwagga is probably one of the most trustworthy people that I know, the most loyal, and probably the best example of a friend, a brother, an amazing husband, a great father one day, and he inspires so many people. He inspired me to be better in my rugby, in my life, and I look up to him a lot. Kwagga, there's a lot of Super Rugby still lying ahead. I hope you have some fun. I hope the rehab's going well, and I know you're gonna come back so much stronger. Look after yourself. Go have some fun. Go and play your heart out. Lead by example, like you always do. And we will be watching. Miss you here in Hong Kong, brother. Can't wait to play with you again. Yeah, love you, bud.
That's some deep love there. Zanika de Pre is watching. Hi, Zanika. Well, Zanika Kok now, of course. Werner's wife, they recently eloped. Did you know that they were going to elope?
Yeah, we knew about it.
Oh, you knew. No one apparently knew about this.
Yeah, they kept it a secret.
And she wants to know who you likes better, Ilke or Werner.
It depends on where we're going. If we stay on the farm, probably Werner. If we stay in the city, probably my wife, Ilke, eh?
Sure, I hope Ilke isn't actually watching this.
Nah, she knows.
Okay, so tell me about your sevens career. They're over in Hong Kong now at the moment. Werner and the guys have a lot to do. They've never won the Blitzboks somehow, even though the fact, you know, you guys have dominated on the World Series for so long. What is Hong Kong like, and why have we never won there?
Yeah, I don't know why we never won that tournament yet. I think there's definitely a possibility. This year it's really up and down between the top 4 teams, who's winning and stuff like that. But I think for us it's really a difficult tournament. Like, the food isn't the best food, and it's not the best place to be, although it's one of the best sevens tournaments. And the other thing that I think makes it difficult, it's a tournament over 3 days.
Yeah.
It's not like the normal one where it's 2 days, 3 games a day, and then you're done. So now you play, the first day you play 1 game. The second day you play 2 games. And then the third day you play 3 games. So it's quite stretched out. It's a bit difficult, but I think definitely we came close. We lost in the final. So I think definitely the guys must just keep on working, and we'll definitely come through sometime.
What's the hardest thing? We've seen a bunch of your colleagues trying to transition, former sevens players trying to transition into 15s rugby. For some guys it's gone really well, others have battled. What's the hardest thing about adjusting to 15s rugby?
Yeah, I think if you don't do it quite often, then it's hard. So if you played 7, say for 5 or 6 years, and then you want to convert over to 15, then it's really a different game. It's totally something else. Where what I did was to play 6 months, 6 months. So play 6 months 15 man and 6 months 7s, and just to keep yourself in it. Otherwise, you're gonna lose it. And I think for guys coming back from 7s to 15s, you used to so much space and having the ability to use that space. Where in 15 man the space isn't that big, and that's what make it difficult. But always, what I say is, both benefit from each other, because you use stuff that you use in 15s in 7s, and vice versa from 7s to 15 man.
Yeah. Speaking of pace and space, if you give Kwagga a bit of gear and some track, he will tear it up. I have seen this with my own eyes. It's very intimidating seeing him behind the steering wheel of virtually anything. This was his appearance on Speed Stars, a series in which I also participated, but unfortunately I didn't even make a patch on what he did.
So with the race being restarted, albeit under a slightly different format, Kwagga was first up to post his fastest times over 2 laps. Now, would all the thrills and spills see a more cautious Kwagga Smith? The answer quite clearly is no. It was business as usual. Flat out, 100% commitment. Wow, that looks super fast through turn 4. The Goodyear Duragrips being pushed hard through turn 6. And he is off again. Turn 8, clearly a fan with our rugby stars. How did he keep that out of the wall?
Tell me about that experience, Kwagga.
Yeah, it was awesome to be on Speed Stars. It's really a nice show, and yeah, for me it's always been, I like speed and racing, especially, but after my accident with the motorbikes, my dad told me you have to choose.
Wow.
Or you're gonna race or you're gonna play rugby. And then I decided to play rugby. So yeah, it's on the side now, but I love it to drive and to watch the Dakar especially. It's really something awesome for me, and probably one of the dreams that I have for one day to maybe participate in the Dakar.
So rally racing is an actual second career that you are aiming for?
Yeah, actually it's more a second hobby.
Yeah.
So probably go farming after rugby, but yeah, that's definitely one of my dreams, to go for the Dakar on the side, yeah.
Farming with a slice of rally racing on the side, nothing major. So you do want to return back to the family farm?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, so a rural guy. We've got a message on Facebook, and someone wants to know what the highlight is of your career with the Lions so far. What's been the best for you about the experience?
Yeah, I think the best for me was when we played Curry Cup and we literally didn't lose a game winning the Curry Cup. And that was literally one of my highlights of the Lions. And then obviously 2 Super Rugby finals. The one wasn't obviously one of my highlights, but the other one was awesome to play, and hopefully this year we can take it through again.
So you suffered, unfortunately, a groin injury, and even though you were playing such brilliant rugby, it must have been heartbreaking for you. How is that rehab process going, and when can we expect to see you back?
Yeah, the rehab's doing really well, and I'm progressing much quicker than I should have. So we're expecting me to be back within 2 or 3 weeks from now. So yeah, hopefully I can play on tour with the Lions against one of those teams.
Okay, so we have been seeing players playing rugby with these GPS tracking devices on the back of their jerseys. Often people look at this and go, why would they do that? What would the purpose of it be? And how much could it really help sides? We'll get Kwagga's thoughts on it as well, but let's just take a look at what the Blitzboks scientist uses this for.
Hi, my name is Yusuf Ayed. I'm the sports scientist for the Vodacom Bulls, and one of my primary responsibilities with the team is to track the on-field performance using the GPS technology. We use the Catapult system. It's a UK-based system, and we get these small little GPS units that go in the back of the jerseys. And along with this, we've got computer software and a live tracking radar. So during a game or during training sessions, I'll just hook the radar up to the laptop, and I'll be able to see all the units that are switched on. The nice thing about this system is we strictly look at the matches and physically what the guys are going through. And we can look at that information and sort of compare it to the whole week. So we can see if we perform really well, what was the structure of the week, what was the volume of the week, what was the load of the week, how intense were certain sessions, and what was the effect and the transfer of that to the game, and see if we can simulate that or tailor it or adjust it so we constantly get great performances on the weekend, and we try and improve the success rate of that. In the Super Rugby at the moment, I think all the Super Rugby teams are using them. I think what makes it very popular is the objective way you can measure training sessions, and I think the difficulty with it is that it gives you a lot of information, and sometimes the difficult part of it is picking metrics that you can actually apply. Quite a popular topic at the moment with GPS is load management. So you'll hear a lot of people talk about the players' load. Are they playing too many matches? Are they training too much? And that's where the GPS really comes in handy, where you can measure every single thing that these guys do in terms of running volume and in terms of contact. So I like to use the analogy of a cooker. Sometimes you'll push players and they'll start burning out or overcooking because they're just working too much or the drills are too long, in which you'll either stop the drill or pull players off. And sometimes players are just not pushing hard enough and they're not getting the desired effect. So you need to actually push up their intensity or modify the drills so they get the desired effect.
Shout out to Sagidi and Jamie and Ricky and Yaku and Jock and Marilyn, everyone watching live on Facebook. Before we get to our game that we're going to be playing shortly, Kwagga, Jock wants to know, how do you keep yourself in constant shape? You're always one of the fittest players on the park. And Yusuf in the insert mentioned load management. How does your metrics compare with your colleagues, and how many extras do you put in on the side on top of training?
Yeah, I think you have to have a good balance. Some people literally believe in training all the time, where I don't believe it. Like, I play a lot of rugby, so for me, when I have off time, I try to rest to get my body to recover, to be ready when I start again. And I do what our conditioning coach tells us, and if I feel I need extras, I'll do extras. But if I feel that's sufficient enough for me, then why do you need to do extras? The thing is, where you have to perform is Saturday on the field, and that's the main thing. That's why you get paid. So for me, that's why where I focus on and what I do. And yeah, I think a lot of it also comes from the farm, working on the farm. It's something different than being in the gym and doing weights.
It's more functional than it is for show. So let's play a round of Expose the Nose. There are some iconic noses in rugby, noses that might even rival Kwagga Smith. And this, of course, one of the most notable. Can you expose the nose for us, Kwagga? Do you know who that is?
Nah.
No idea. I can give you a clue. He was an eighthman. Yeah, well done. Aaron Stubert, of course, played for Saracens and for the Cats and Lions. There you see him in his Saracens kit. The next Expose the Nose candidate played for Namibia.
Jock Burger.
Jock Burger. They specialised in some serious noses over there at Saracens because, of course, Jock also played for them. The next one is not South African. Can you expose the nose? He's married to British royalty.
No.
He played over 100 times for Bath and Gloucester.
No.
Mike Tyndall, married to Zara Phillips. There you have him, and that is an impressive nose. That is some, I mean, that is even skewer than the Kwagga Smith edition. And then our final Expose the Nose, we're on 2 out of 4 so far. Let's see if you can get 3. Who is this guy?
Hooker for Australia.
Of course you know. So there you go. Stephen Moore. And there's one bonus, which is not a rugby nose. Let's see if you get this one. It's very close and zoomed in. Take a look at our monitor there. Can you tell? Expose the nose.
Owen Wilson.
Well done! Lekker. Okay, well, the bonus one, clinching it there. Well done, Kwagga Smith. 4 out of 5 on Expose the Nose. This weekend is probably going to show all of us flames on Super Brew again, because Super Brew has just been so tough on all of us. This season of Super Rugby has literally just been so unpredictable.
No, it's difficult, though.
Make sure you join our superhero pool on superbrew.com and you can win some phenomenal prizes. We've got Galaxy Note 9 smartphones. If you're a DStv subscriber, you can win one of 10 Samsung Galaxy A9 smartphones. Enter on superbrew.com. You don't play Superbrew, but Ilka does.
Yes.
And you are her informant there.
Yeah.
How is her Superbrew doing?
No, she's okay. She had a bit of a rough weekend last weekend.
Or didn't we
But,
all?
yeah, no, I think.
Did you tell her to pick the Sunwolves?
No.
No. Well,
I didn't see that coming. Eh?
I got that one, but only thanks to Nathaniel. Let's get your picks. This week we start with the Highlanders Hurricanes, Friday morning.
Gonna call Hurricanes there by 4.
Okay, and then Reds Stormers.
Sure. Yeah.
Ooh, many changes in that Stormers side,
Yeah,
hey?
that's the thing. There's a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And the Reds wasn't too bad last weekend, so.
Ooh, are you going to call the Reds? I'm feeling you calling the Reds.
Yeah. I gotta go with the home team there. Eh?
How much?
No, close. 2 points.
2.
Yeah.
Home ground advantage so far, just so you know, has meant absolutely zilch in Super Rugby. Lions, Sharks.
I would say Lions by 8.
Well, obviously he's only vaguely biased on that one. Crusaders, Brumbies.
Crusaders by 15.
Look, I mean, the Crusaders have lost some weird games, so all bets are off there. Blues, Waratahs.
Yeah. Blues by 7.
Okay, Rebels, Sunwolves.
Rebels by 10.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
You're not picking the Sunwolves after they beat the Tars?
I think the Waratahs were probably on a high. And
So it's not the
after the
Sunwolves.
Crusaders game,
Yeah, the Sunwolves didn't win, the Waratahs lost.
yeah, Waratahs probably underestimated the Sunwolves.
Well, there you
But the
have
Sunwolves are a good team.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, your neighbours here up the road, Bulls, Jaguares.
No, I'll go with the Bulls by 5.
Bulls by 5, just
Yeah.
too much firepower in Pretoria, even though they're resting Jesse and
Yeah, I
Andre.
saw that, yeah. But the guy stepping in there is also good players, so.
Okay,
think
he
they'll
rates
be able
Dylan
to
Sage,
do it.
obviously, my teammate, backing his neighbours up here in Pretoria. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, Kwagga. It was lovely to have you.
No, thank you very much, Elma, yeah.
Best of
Awesome
luck
to be
with
here.
the rehab, and we cannot wait to see you back on
No.
the pitch.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, enjoy all of the action this weekend. Hong Kong Sevens coming your way, round 8 of Super Rugby. Plenty of action also, of course, in the Northern Hemisphere. We will be back with In Touch, same place, same time. Next week, we'll love to have you along for the ride. See you then. Cheers. And on that note, thanks so much for watching. And if you'd like to see some of our older episodes, click up here to subscribe to SuperSport's YouTube channel over there.